What about, do you find, well, what's the impact of cultural differences um, in with the love languages?
Yeah. Well, this is what really surprised me that the book has been published now in over 50 languages around the world. I mentioned earlier that my background was cultural anthropology, and I understand the differences in cultures. In fact, when the first publisher came, which happened to be Spanish, and asked to get the rights to publish it in Spanish, I said to my publisher, "Listen, I don't know if this works in Spanish culture. I discovered this kind of in middle America." And they said, "Well, they've read the book and they want to publish it." I said, "Well, okay." It became their bestseller. And then many other languages, it's become the bestseller. So yeah, I know there's cultural differences, and people have asked me, "Well, how do you know they translated like you wrote it?" I said, "Well, I don't know. I can't read the language." But for example, physical touch. There are cultures where if two men who are friends meet just walking down the street, they'll kiss each other on each cheek. Well, we don't do that in American culture, but that's a normal thing for them. So there are cultural nuances to how to speak any of these languages. And I'm sure that in the translation, they take that into account. Uh, but that really has surprised me that it's gone to so many languages, which does make me think that these five fundamental languages are pretty fundamental to human nature. Yes, there's cultural nuances, but these five are pretty much universal in terms of humans and broad categories of how we receive love.